welcome. My name is Lexi Jong, and here I like to talk about luxury makeup and Fude brushes. And today we are going to talk about some of my favorite REPHR brushes. And that's in honor of REPHR's huge sale that they have going on right now until September 10th. So essentially everything from REPHR is 40% off. They put everything in the concept store, so it's 40% off site-wide. And that's just that like never happens. And the reason that they did this is in honor of the new currencies that they are now accepting. So they're now accepting a lot of international currencies like GBP, AUD, EUR, and so forth. So, definitely check those out. I will have all the information down below in the description box so you can check out the details. But I just wanted to put up quickly just what some of my personal favorite REPHR brushes are and which ones I reach for all the time. Now, REPHR, they are primarily all undyed goat hair brushes, and these are like fantastic workhorse brushes. These are the brushes that you would use on a daily basis because they are undyed goat hair. You can use them with liquids, powders, or creams, which makes them very, very versatile. And, I end up reaching for them all the time. So let's go over a few favorites. This first one here is the number 5 brush. And this, actually they have a set where you can get brushes 1 through 5. I think that is a fantastic set. If I were to get one of the sets on the brushes, it would be that or the new eye trio. Those are my 2 favorite sets that REPHR has. But this is one of my favorite brushes overall as well. This is the number 5 that I personally like to use for blush. You can use it for blush, bronzer, you can use it for highlight, whatever. You can see that it's going to be kind of this like flatter style here. So if you want to use this side here, you can get something more narrow, which makes it great for highlight, but it also works really well for like a wider swath of blush or something. You can use this for face powder and so forth. So this, I think, is a fantastic brush. I reach for this one quite a bit. Another one that is a huge favorite for me, this is the fan brush, number 20. And this is one of my favorite brushes for highlighter in general. So I reach for this one all the time, and I actually reach for this over my Sonuji fan brushes just because the wispiness of this works really well, yet it's not one of those like super wispy ones that you're not really getting much product. It's like that perfect balance to get a subtle swath of highlight, in my opinion. So this is a huge go-to for me. Definitely one of my all-time favorite brushes. Another cheek brush that I really like is the 24 brush. And I like to use this for bronzer. So, a lot of people use it for a variety of things. You can use it for a foundation, cream products, and so forth. I personally think it works great for bronzer, powders, or creams. This is a good size for me. A lot of other people actually prefer a bigger brush for the bronzer. Let me show you that one. This is the 22, which is the big sister of the 24. Can see the size difference. Now for me, this, it's too big. I prefer the 24, but just, if you are somebody who prefers the bigger brushes, this one is really good. Now, this was one of the like original concept store models. They have since changed like the handle design and so forth. And also for face, we have the 17 brush. Now, this is actually a foundation brush, but it's too small for me for foundation. I like something a little bit larger. What I love this for is cream blush products in particular. So you can see that you can really buff things with this, and I just think it is great to apply a cream blush product with. So that's going to be my purpose for this. I think it's a great size for it. I really like it. And yeah, it's one that I reach for a lot with cream blushes. Next up, we have eyeshadow brushes. And we're going to start off with some crease brushes. This one here is the 27, which was relatively recently released with a few other brushes in one of the eye sets. And that's the other eye set that I said that I personally really like. So that one, I think it came with the 26, 27, and 28. So the 27 is this one. This is the 28. And actually all of these brushes are some of my favorites. So this is the eye trio. This one's 26. So first up, 27 here. The reason I really like this one a lot is because it's not gonna just have your traditional crease brush shape. You can see it's actually a little bit pointier on the top. And because of that point, I can, go in lightly and have it very targeted in the crease. If I press a little bit harder, I'm getting more of a blown out crease. I just find it to be very versatile, and it's a great medium size. Now, before we look at the other crease brushes, the other brushes in that trio, we have the 26, which is a fantastic larger pencil brush. I personally like brushes like this for inner corner and the lower lash line. The ones that are a little bit thinner, they can feel a little pokey at times. So I personally like to use a larger brush on the lower lash line. You can use this, for other things as well. Using the side of this, you can see how it tapers. I like to use the side of it for the outer corner as well. And, liners, smudged out liner. That's gonna be my primary purpose for the 26 brush. The 28, I think, is a great kind of like flat shader. This I use a lot with cream eyeshadow products because you can see that it's not so flexible that, it's not fluffy. It's not going to get the product everywhere, but yet there's enough flexibility to apply a cream smoothly and evenly without having issues. And yet it's small enough that I can get into spots without overspreading, if that makes sense. I also like to use this one on the lash line or for liner. So you can see that it has a narrow tip here that works really well for that as well. So again, we got 26, 27, 28. These are one of the sets available. Absolutely love it. I love them individually as well. The other eyeliner brushes that I like to use, this one's dirty. This is the 03. And, I didn't love this one as much when it first came out, but I've really grown to love it, mostly for the inner corner. I still prefer something like the 26 for the lower lash line, but I do end up using this one quite a bit, as you can tell. I was looking all over for this before I realized I had just used it. And so that's one that I use a lot. When I want something a little smaller, I like the 23. And you can see it's a smaller version of it. So this is really great for detail work. But my go-tos are still going to be the 26 and the 23. And then I also wanted to mention the number 2 brush. This is another flat shader style. And in comparison to the 28, you can see that it is going to be a little bit shorter and it's wider. So this is another one that's really great for cream products, and I like it for that, but I do actually like the shape and the narrowness of the 28 a little bit better for cream products, whereas this one is very versatile for everything. It's really great with shimmer products, and I also like to use this one for edging. Because these bristles are a little bit shorter than the 28, it actually does a little bit better job of getting a more precise line, although it is a little wider. So it's going to be a little bit of a thicker line, but it's a little easier to target, liner with the 02 brush. And as I mentioned, there is a set with brushes 1 through 5. I love all of those. I think that is a fantastic set and a great starter set. So I would definitely recommend that set. But if you're looking at individuals, the 2 and the 5 really stand out a lot from the entire collection, the entire REPHR collection to me. And then we're going to finish up with crease brushes. So there are 4 of these classic crease style brushes. Let me put those better in order. So we've got 13, 14, 15, 16, and you can see that in general, they all have the same shape, but they are changing in size. Do you need all 4? Personal decision. But if you are looking to narrow things down, I would either go with 14 and 16 or 13 and 15, because I think it's really great to have something a little bit larger to use in the crease for like a lighter shade, kind of like a blown out thing. But then if you want to target it with something a little deeper, you want something smaller. So depending on whether you have bigger eyes versus smaller eyes, I would choose between the 13-15 or the 14-16. And if you're somebody like me or you don't like to clean your brushes often, all 4, I do use all of them. So I think they're great brushes. So overall, I just wanted to kind of give you guys my suggestions on some of my favorites and most reached for brushes from REPHR. So these are ones that I use all the time, and you know, I actually have backups of a couple of these because I use them so frequently. And I just thought that this might be helpful for the sale that's going on. Again, it is 40% off, and they are also introducing their new brush soap. So they've just come out with the brush soap. It retails for $20, but it is on sale until the 10th for $12. Or if you spend more than $50 USD, you get it complimentary with your order. And one other item I wanted to mention from REPHR is the eyelash curler. So this came out a few months ago, and I don't know if they're still doing this, but if you say in the notes of your order that you want the extra curler pads, they were giving away a pack of 5 extra pads. And you know, I think that's a really, really good deal. This eyelash curler works really well. One of the things I like about it is, look at this. It's not like gummy. So, you know, you're not squeezing it and, you know, applying too much pressure. It's got a great curve shape to it. And I think the pad itself is the pad and the shape. That's what makes this eyelash curler really unique. It performs really well. I usually do like a double pump 3 times along the lashes. I don't actually have to do that to get the look that I want. But I find this one to be nice. It doesn't pinch. And I think it's a great holder, or curler. So again, if you're interested in this, I don't know if they're still doing the extra brush pad or curler pads or not, but in the notes, just leave a little note saying that you would like the extra pads and see if they get them. You know, no harm in trying. All right, so I hope this video was helpful for those of you who are interested in participating with this sale. Again, they have 40% off everything. I do have videos on other REPHR brushes, and I own the majority of their brushes. I don't have all of them, but I do have the majority of them. So if you're interested in something in particular and I didn't cover it here, feel free to DM me on Instagram at AlexisJong, leave a comment down below, and I will, you know, answer it to the best of my ability. So I hope this was helpful. I will leave some other REPHR videos down below in the description box. So if you're interested in checking out any of my other videos on these brushes, they are easy to access. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this or found this helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you very soon. Have a great day and stay safe and healthy.